Truly. And one of the things that we're seeing is like these bigger companies are actually looking to the smaller companies who have like that deep domain expertise to see how they're solving the problems that you're talking about. And like a theme of like what you've shared today is it revolves around team. And so just to round us out, like what are some signs when you're evaluating? What are some signs or green flags of a really spectacular team?
Yeah, I just want to, first of all, I want to say like this isn't like I have seen this. I have seen these characteristics in various domains, right? So this is not just like a tech thing, right? Like I think this is just true for any team you can be on, regardless of industries, is just like a lack of complacency is the that's it. Like anyone who, if you interview anyone who's like worked for me when I was in San Jose, that is actually something I've said to my team, right? In terms of just not being complacent, right? And not accepting complacency as the status quo. I think if I had said that in context of tech, right? In context of some of the startups I've worked for, Shane, you probably wouldn't be surprised to hear me say that, right? I think, I come from an industry that is known for, being able to kind of push the boundaries, right? In terms of what can happen. But when I was in government, I was really, really, really intentional about trying to bring some of that energy and some of those values into the teams I led in the public sector. Because of just sort of the narrative, right? That is around government, that is around specifically local governments and service, right? Like people are always complaining about the quality of service. People think that the government doesn't care. They think that there's actually a lot of complacency there when, and actually in my experience, like I felt like I was able to lead a team that worked. I mean, honestly, everybody was working like 18-hour days throughout the pandemic, like, and on weekends as well. Folks were risking kind of their health and the safety of their families to go in office every day because everybody in city government at the time, they were frontline responders. Like they were still on the front lines of making sure that critical services were being delivered in their communities. And I was really proud that even though I never saw folks be complacent, at least when I was serving in the public sector. And so I think just that has just been imprinted on me. And I think for the rest of my life, I can never be happy if I've worked for a company, right, or on a team where I felt like complacency was the status quo.